The concept of secret love is one of the most enduring and complex human experiences, often characterized by a delicate dance of hidden emotions, subtle gestures, and the agonizing tension between wanting to be known and fearing rejection. When a man is secretly in love, his behavior undergoes a fascinating transformation that is often more revealing than a direct confession. This internal state creates a psychological tug-of-war. While his mind may tell him to keep his feelings, guarded to protect the friendship or avoid vulnerability, his subconscious and biological instincts are constantly working to bridge the gap toward the person he desires. Understanding these signs requires looking past spoken words and focusing on the consistency of his actions and the nuances of his nonverbal communication. At its core, secret love is driven by an intense focus that manifests as extreme attentiveness. Most people move through their social lives with a general level of awareness, but a man in love becomes a scholar of the person he cares for. He begins to notice the rhythm of your laughter, the way your eyes change when you're tired, and the specific topics that make you light up. This heightened state of awareness is what leads to the classic signs, such as remembering minor details from past conversations or anticipating your needs before you even voice them. It is as if he has tuned his internal frequency to match yours, making him hyper-aware of your presence in any environment. This is not just curiosity, it is a profound emotional investment that seeks to create a sense of safety and belonging around you. Furthermore, the fear element in secret love adds a layer of protective hesitation. For many men, the risk of losing an existing connection by miscalculating a romantic confession feels far greater than the pain of remaining silent. This results in a series of testing the waters behaviors. Small, low-risk interactions like light physical touch, consistent texting, or accidental meetings. These are designed to gauge your reaction, without forcing him to fully reveal his hand. By observing how he manages space, time, and physical contact, you can see the blueprint of his feelings. These 15 signs serve as a guide to decoding that blueprint, helping to bridge the silence and reveal the deep affection that often hides just beneath the surface of everyday interaction. His body language is always oriented toward you. Body language often speaks much louder than words, acting as a subconscious roadmap to a person's true feelings. When a man is secretly in love, his physical presence will consistently gravitate toward you, even in a room full of people. This orientation isn't just about standing near you. It is about the alignment of his shoulders, chest, and especially his feet, which tend to point toward the person we are most interested in. You might notice that even when he is engaged in a separate conversation, his body remains angled in your direction, as if he is anchored to your presence. This fronting is a biological response that signals openness and a desire for connection. He is creating a private bubble between the two of you, minimizing the space and barriers that exist, which indicates that you are his primary focus and the person he feels most comfortable with. He remembers the smallest details about your conversations. One of the most profound markers of deep affection is the level of attention a person pays to your words. If he is secretly in love, he won't just remember the big milestones. He will recall the trivial details you mentioned in passing weeks ago, whether it's your favorite childhood snack, a specific brand of coffee you prefer, or a minor story about a coworker. His ability to bring these things up later shows that he isn't just hearing you, he is truly listening. This level of retention happens because his brain prioritizes information related to you, cataloging your likes, dislikes, and experiences as essential data. To him, every piece of information you share is a treasure that helps him understand you better. This meticulous memory is a clear sign that you occupy a significant amount of his mental space and that he genuinely cares about your world. He displays protective instincts in crowded places. When a man harbors deep feelings, a natural protective instinct often kicks in, even if he hasn't vocalized his love. This isn't about being overbearing or possessive, but rather a subtle, chivalrous concern for your well-being and comfort. In a crowded room or a busy street, you might find him positioning himself between you and the crowd, or placing a gentle hand on the small of your back to guide you through a doorway. He might check in to ensure you're okay when things get chaotic, or instinctively walk on the street side of the sidewalk. These actions are driven by an evolutionary impulse to keep the person he cherishes safe from any perceived discomfort or harm. It is a quiet, non-verbal way of saying that your safety is his priority, reflecting a level of care that goes far beyond simple friendship or casual interest. The eye contact is intense yet often broken. Quickly, the eyes are frequently called the windows to the soul, and in the context of secret love, they reveal a complex tug-of-war between desire and fear. You may catch him staring at you with a look of pure adoration when he thinks you aren't looking, but the moment your eyes meet his, he might quickly look away or become suddenly interested in his phone. This look and dart behavior occurs because his feelings are so intense that he fears. They are written plainly across his face. When he does hold your gaze, it feels deeper and more lingering than a standard social interaction, often accompanied by dilated pupils, a physiological response to seeing someone we love. This back and forth movement suggests he is captivated by you but is deeply afraid that revealing his gaze for too long will expose the secret he isn't yet ready to tell. He consistently initiates contact for no real reason. In a world where everyone is busy, the person who consistently makes time to reach out is the one who values you the most. If he is secretly in love, he will find any excuse to bridge the gap between your lives, often initiating contact for reasons that seem almost unnecessary. You might receive a text sharing a meme he thought you'd like, a link to a song that reminded him of you, or a simple "How is your day going?" Out of the blue, these ping messages are his way of maintaining a presence in your life without having to make a grand confession. He wants to be the person you talk to first in the morning and last at night. By consistently being the one to start the conversation, he is building a bridge of familiarity and intimacy, hoping that these small daily interactions will eventually lead to something much deeper. He mirrors your actions and mannerisms subconsciously. Mirroring is one of the most powerful nonverbal cues of a deep psychological connection and attraction. When a man is secretly in love, he will often subconsciously mimic your physical posture, the way you cross your legs, or even the specific cadence of your speech. If you lean in to whisper, he leans in too. If you take a sip of your drink, he follows suit moments later. This biological phenomenon, rooted in mirror neurons, is the brain's way of trying to build rapport and signal that he is in sync with you. It creates a sense of harmony and mutual understanding between two people. Because this happens entirely on an unconscious level, it is a very honest indicator of his feelings. He isn't trying to copy you to be funny. His body is simply reacting to the intense focus and admiration he has for your every move. He is your #1 supporter on social media. In the digital age, a man's secret feelings often manifest through his interactions with your online presence. If he is in love but afraid to say it, he will likely be the first to like your photos, watch your stories, or leave thoughtful comments on your posts. This isn't just about being a fan. It's about his desire to stay connected to your life, even when you aren't physically together. He pays attention to the things you share because they give him insight into your moods and experiences. You might notice he likes older photos or remembers specific details from a story you posted days ago. By consistently engaging with your digital world, he is signaling that he is paying attention and that he genuinely supports your happiness and achievements. It is a safe, low-risk way for him to show you that you are constantly on his mind. He becomes noticeably nervous or flustered around you. Even the most confident man can become a bundle of nerves when he is around the person who has captured his heart. If he is secretly in love, you might notice subtle signs of anxiety that don't appear when he is with other friends. He might stumble over his words, fidget with his watch or clothing, or even develop a slight blush when you make direct eye contact or offer a compliment. This nervousness stems from the high stakes he has placed on your opinion of him. He is so desperate to make a good impression that the pressure causes him to lose his usual cool. He might laugh a little too loudly at your jokes or lose his train of thought mid-sentence. These awkward moments are actually quite endearing, as they reveal the vulnerability beneath his surface and prove that your presence has a significant physical and emotional impact on him. He goes out of his way to do small favors. Acts of service are a primary love language for many men who are afraid to express their feelings verbally. If he is secretly in love, he will look for practical ways to make your life easier, often going well beyond the expectations of a typical friendship. Whether it's offering to fix a tech issue, driving you to the airport at an inconvenient hour, or bringing you a specific snack when you mention you're hungry, these actions are his way of demonstrating his commitment. He wants to be the person you can rely on, the fixer who solves your problems and provides comfort. He rarely says no to your requests and often anticipates your needs before you even voice them. These small, consistent favors are his quiet, method of proving his devotion and showing you that he is willing to invest his time and energy into your well-being. He asks for your opinion on important life decisions. When a man is in love, he begins to view you as a partner in his future, even if he hasn't officially asked you to be one yet. One major sign of this is when he starts seeking your advice on significant matters, such as career moves, family issues, or personal goals. By asking, "What do you think I should do?" he is showing that he values your intellect and trusts your judgment. Above almost anyone else's, he isn't just making small talk. He truly wants your perspective because your opinion carries immense weight in his mind. This behavior indicates that he is subconsciously integrating you into his decision-making process and his long-term plans. It reveals a level of respect and emotional intimacy that goes much deeper than a casual friendship, suggesting that he views you as a permanent and essential fixture in his life. He values your time and never keeps you waiting. When a man is secretly in love, your time becomes his most precious commodity. Unlike casual acquaintances who might be flaky or chronically late, he makes a point of being incredibly reliable. If you set a time to meet, he is likely there 5 minutes early, ensuring that not a single second of your interaction is wasted. This punctuality is a profound sign of respect and a silent declaration that you are a top priority in his life. He respects your schedule because he understands that your time is valuable, and he never wants to be the cause of your frustration or inconvenience. By being consistently dependable, he is trying to show you that he is someone you can count on for the long haul. This level of consideration is rarely found in platonic friendships and is a strong indicator that he is deeply invested in maintaining your good opinion. He shows subtle signs of jealousy regarding other men. Even if he is trying his hardest to play it cool, a man in love will struggle to hide his discomfort when another man enters your orbit. You might notice his mood shift slightly, or his body language stiffen when you mention a male coworker or a great guy you met. This isn't usually about toxic possessiveness. Rather, it is a protective instinct mixed with the fear of losing his chance with you. He might ask probing questions about who the other person is, or try to subtly point out his own strengths in comparison. His eyes might track your interactions with other men in a room, looking for signs of chemistry that might threaten his secret bond with you. This internal tension is a clear byproduct of his deep feelings, revealing that he views you as someone special and is terrified of someone else winning your heart before he finds the courage to speak up. He creates inside jokes that only the two of you share, creating a private language of inside jokes and shared references is a classic way to build emotional intimacy. When a man is secretly in love, he will latch onto small, funny moments and turn them into recurring themes that only you and he understand. These jokes act as a secret handshake that separates the two of you from the rest of the world, creating a unique and exclusive bond. By constantly referencing these moments, he is building a shared history and reinforcing the idea that you are a team. This behavior keeps the connection alive even when you aren't talking about deep topics, making every interaction feel playful and special. It's his way of saying, "We have something that no one else has," and it serves as a safe way for him to feel close to you without having to explicitly label his feelings. He finds excuses to touch your arm or shoulder gently. Physical touch is a powerful communicator of affection, and a man in love will often look for accidental or socially acceptable ways to make contact. He might brush a stray hair out of your face, give you a lingering high five, or place a steadying hand on your arm while emphasizing a point in conversation. These touches are usually brief and respectful, but they are never accidental. He is testing the waters to see how you respond to his physical presence and trying to establish a level of comfort and warmth between you. This tactile seeking is a biological drive to be close to the person he desires. Even the smallest graze of your hand can send a surge of electricity through him, and his frequent attempts to close the physical gap between you are a direct reflection of the romantic attraction he is struggling to keep under wraps. He seems to be everywhere you are by coincidence. If you find yourself bumping into him at your favorite coffee shop, the gym, or local events more often than usual, it's likely not just a stroke of luck. A man who is secretly in love will often do a bit of light scouting to find out where you'll be, so he can manufacture spontaneous encounters. These coincidences allow him to see you in a low-pressure environment, where he can interact with you naturally without the stress of a formal date. He wants to be a consistent part of your daily landscape, hoping that his frequent presence will eventually make him an indispensable part of your life. While it might seem like he just shares your interests, the frequency of these meetings usually points to a deliberate effort to maximize his time with you. It's his subtle way of ensuring he stays on your radar and remains a constant, familiar face in your world.